Education in Emergencies, Asmin Monyoro. Master of Education, Educational Planning, Tinega. Master of Education, Sociology of Education, Atepe, Kadure, Malesi, Ndolo, Ngoje, Odero, Oside, Rope. Master of Psychology, Community Psychology, Kingo, Kunyiha, Misoi, Nyoike, Omina, Simiyu. Master of Psychology, Health Psychology, Resa. Master of Psychology, Industrial and Organizational Psychology, Gichanga, Macharia, Murabula, Mudiani. Master of Education, Educational Technology, Mutuku. May the following candidates for the award of various bachelor's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Bachelor of Education Arts, Distance Learning, First Class Honors, Serial 1. Second Class Honors, Upper Division, 02 to 28. 029 to 64. 065 to 86. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, 087 to 96. Bachelor of Education Science, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, 01 to 9. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, 010 to 13. Pass, 014. Bachelor of Education Arts, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, 01 to 31. 032 to 62. 063 to 96. 097 to 107. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, 0108 to 128. 0129 to 161. 0163 to 194. 0197 to 232. 0233 to 266. 0267 to 294. Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood Education, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, 01 to 11. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, 013 to 15. Bachelor of Education, Physical Education and Sport, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, 01 to 9. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, 010 to 18. Bachelor of Education Science, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, 01 to 23. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, 024 to 31. 032 to 60. Pass, 061. Bachelor of Education ICT, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, 01. Second Class Honors, Lower Division, 02 to 7. May the following candidates for the award of Postgraduate Diploma of the University of Nairobi please arise. Postgraduate Diploma in Education, Distinction, 01 and 2. Credit, 03 to 12. Pass, 013. May the following candidates for the award of the Diploma of the University of Nairobi please arise. Diploma in Adult Education and Community Development, Distinction, 01. Credit, 02 to 5. Diploma in Psychology, Distinction, 01 to 6. Credit, 07 to 17.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2020-21 academic year, the following 160 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of master's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Science in Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Wanza. Master of Science in Energy Management, Adhiambo. Master of Science in Environmental and Biosystems Engineering, Kemboi. Master of Science in Geographic Information Systems, Duati. Master of Science in Civil Engineering, Structural Engineering option, SANG. Masters of Science in Civil Engineering, Transportation Engineering, Francis Obat. Master of Science degree in Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Adul. May the following candidates for the award of bachelor's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, second class honors, upper division, serial 1 to 12. Second class honors, lower division, serial 13 to 25. Serial 26 to 54, pass, serial 55 to 57. Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Electronic Engineering, second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to 7. Second class honors, lower division, serial 8 to 22. Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, second class honors, upper division, serial 1 to 9. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 10 to 21. Serial 22 to 43, pass, serial number 44. Bachelor of Science in Petroleum Engineering, second class honors, upper division, serial number 1 to 7. Bachelor of Science in Biosystems Engineering, second class honors, upper division, serial number 1. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 2 to 5. Pass, serial number 6 to 7. Bachelor of Science in Geospatial Engineering, second class honors, upper division, serial 1 to 6. Second class honors, lower division, serial number 7 to 15. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 15 candidates, whom I have the honor to present to you, satisfied the examiners and Senate for the following fellowship awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of the fellowship of the University of Nairobi please arise. Fellowship in Clinical Nephrology, Bobwa Gegi, David Kahura. Fellowship in Gynecological Oncology, Chesrem, Konya, Kosgei, Maranga, Mokomba, Musalia, Ojukwu. Fellowship in Pediatric Anesthesia, Linnea, Tihut. Fellowship in Pediatric Emergency and Critical Care, Janivia, Kalemia, Kimeto. Please be seated. Madam Chancellor, in the 2020-2021 academic year, the following 829 candidates satisfied the Board of Examiners and the Senate for the following awards of the University of Nairobi. May the following candidates for the award of master's degrees of the University of Nairobi please arise. Master of Dental Surgery in Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, Mindegwa Odhiambo. Master of Dental Surgery in Pediatric Dentistry, Babu. Master of Dental Surgery in Periodontology, Muhammad Ali, Saini. Master of Dental Surgery in Prosthodontics, Kizito. Master of Medicine in Anesthesia, Mwanzia. Master of Medicine in Diagnostic Radiology, Amunga.
When you're talking to the youth, we need to talk from a point of positive and encouraging them first and foremost. Because there are so many good things out there for the youth, positive peer influence. And I've seen so many students grow, support each other, come up with groups, come up with innovations that have taken them very far, like the radar app, you know. But then the negative side is what will affect you, and this doesn't affect you just when you're at the university, but even when you leave. So that is the one area that I would really focus on, because it has an effect an influence in all the other aspects that we've talked about.
Afrika, Mungu Baba, ulibariki wewe mwenye uwezo, Mungu wangu, tunakusifu. Bara letu Afrika, Mungu Baba, ulibariki wewe mwenye uwezo, Mungu wangu, tunakusifu. Afrika ni kwetu, Mungu uibariki. Afrika ni kwetu, Mungu uibariki. Tanzania ni kwetu, Mungu uibariki. Tanzania ni kwetu, Mungu uibariki. Uganda ni kwetu, Mungu uibariki. Uganda ni kwetu, Mungu uibariki. Burundi ni kwetu, Mungu uibariki. Burundi ni kwetu, Mungu uibariki. Somalia ni kwetu, Mungu uibariki. Somalia ni kwetu, Mungu uibariki. Kenya nchi yangu, Mungu uibariki. Kenya nchi yangu, Mungu uibariki. Mungu Baba Mwenyezi uibariki Afrika. Wakenya tunaomba walinde wenzetu majirani wa bara la Afrika. Wakenya tunaomba walinde wenzetu majirani wa bara la Afrika. Wakenya tuheshimu viongozi wetu wanaoiongoza nchi yetu Kenya. Wakenya tuheshimu viongozi wetu wanaoiongoza nchi yetu Kenya. Nchi yetu Kenya. Mungu Muumba, bariki Afrika. Mungu Muumba, bariki Afrika. Mungu Muumba, bariki Afrika.
Pigieni makofi. Asante sana. Hawa ni
We are lucky as a Dean of Students, we have the Integrated Center for Education and Counseling under the University of Nairobi Health Services, which has a team of 4 or 5 counselors who are taking the student through a psychosocial healing, clinical psychologists, those who are suffering psychiatric cases, they are actually all treated there. And this program will be rolled out in all our 10 campuses in Kisumu, Mombasa, Upper Kabete, Kikuyu, Lower Kabete, Parkland, Romo, Main Campus, KNH and Kenya Science, to ensure that no student is left behind in issue of the well-being and health, mental health as far as their stay in campus is concerned.
Students believe that comrades' rights are always right, and if it is not right, then refer to number 1. So I have known that, and this has been my area of discussion with students. Sometimes they think that there are certain things that should happen now, and therefore it's not something that you think they want to listen to you. I've had cases of DSTVs where you have to follow through with the service providers, and the students want it today, and it's something that can take even a week or so to be done. So the rights sometimes bring challenges to students, where they believe that the comrades' power can be able to move things. So some of them end up, destroying their academic programs, and it becomes a challenge. So we've sat down with some of them and told them, you see, there are certain rights, but let your right not go and infringe on other people's rights, or even staff. There are statutes, there are rules and regulations that must be followed. So some of the rights that students think they have might misguide them to, getting out of control.
Like every other human being, have their right. For example, students have a right to correct information so that they can be able to make informed decisions and choices while at the university. And as the Dean of Students Office, we actually ensure that right from the beginning, we sensitize them on this right.
Next on stage, we have Cristiano Mutua. This is a guy who can actually recite the Bible off-ed, word by word, chapter by chapter. Where there is a comma, it's inserted. There's a full stop, you can feel it. I was telling him backstage that I wish he would consider becoming a pastor. But then oh yes. And then he told me that he would want to do that and still also do the Kenyan Constitution, because he said he also has it off-ed. This is a guy who can recite the whole Constitution from the preamble to the last comma in that Constitution. So on stage, let's appreciate Mutua as he comes to present his citation. Mutua.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Cristiano Mutua. And we begin with my presentation with Romans chapter 13, verse 1 and 2. And because the judges said that today we must do something different, I'll go to the Constitution of Kenya. So Romans 13 verse 1 and 2 says, everyone must submit to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has instituted. Therefore, whoever who does not submit to the authorities brings judgment upon himself. That is verse 1 and 2. Now, I want to begin the Constitution of Kenya, which is currently in force, with the preamble, chapter 1 and 2, and I'll be done. So, the preamble of the Constitution says, we, the people of Kenya, acknowledging the supremacy of Almighty God of all creation, honoring those who heroically struggled to bring freedom and justice to our land, proud of our ethnic, cultural, and religious diversity, and determined to live in peace and unity as one indivisible sovereign nation. Respectful of our environment, which is our heritage, and determined to sustain it for the benefit of our future generation. Committed to nurturing and protecting the well-being of the individual, the family, the communities, and nation. Recognizing the aspirations of all Kenyans for a government based on essential values of human rights, equality, freedom, social justice, democracy, and the rule of law. Exercising our sovereign and inalienable right to determine the form of governance of our country, and having participated fully in making of this constitution, adopt, enact, and give this constitution to ourselves and to our future generation. May God bless Kenya. So Article 1, the sovereignty of the people. Clause 1, all sovereign power belongs to the people of Kenya and shall be exercised only in accordance with this constitution. Clause number 2, the people may exercise their sovereign power either directly or through their democratically elected representatives. Clause number 3, the sovereign power under this constitution is delegated to the following state organs, which shall perform their functions in accordance with this constitution. A, Parliament and legislative assemblies in the county government. B, national executive and executive structures in the county government. And C, judiciary and independent tribunals. And clause number 4, that the sovereign power of the people is exercised both at the national level and the county level. Article number 2, the supremacy of the Constitution, clause 1. This Constitution is the supreme law of the Republic and binds all state organs and all persons at both levels of government. Clause number 2, no one may claim or exercise state authority except only in accordance with this Constitution. Clause number 3, the validity or legality of this Constitution is not subject to a challenge by or before any court or any other state organ. Clause number 4, any law, including customary law, that is inconsistent with this Constitution is void to the extent of inconsistency, and any act or omission in contravention of this Constitution is invalid. Clause number 5, the general rules of international law shall form part of the law of Kenya under this Constitution. And the clause number 6, any treaty or convention ratified by Kenya shall form part of the law of Kenya under this Constitution. And finally, chapter 1, article number 3 has 2 clauses, which says, clause 1, every person is obligated to respect, to uphold, and to defend this Constitution. And then clause number 2, any attempt to exercise a government otherwise than in compliance with this Constitution is unlawful. That is the end of chapter 1. And don't forget, a reminder, I always remind you with this point, you will assist me in finalizing with the Sean. Sawa sawa? You say Sean, For us to go ahead as a and the only way we can secure this millennial generation, it is to give it education. Education is not like prostitution. It is a mental colonization. It is not done by force. You make a person a disease, and then you make a person evaluate. It does not depend on family background condition. It depends with your own determination, prayer, commitment, and your devote, so that God can change your position.
I would like to advise students community that when you stay with your comrades in the hostels and even in classes or wherever it is, can you treat somebody as a sister? And always understand that at the end of the day, your rights should not infringe on other people's rights. Because in this country, we have a constitution which guides people's rights. And at the end of the day, what happens is that when you think that you have so much rights, then you find yourself at loggerheads with either University of Nairobi rules and regulations or the government. Because you cannot go around just beating people left, right, and center because you have the right. It's not possible.
We have also engaged the alumni as a mentor. We have launched what we call the mentorship policy, where we are saying an alumni can mentor our student either as a single individual or a group mentor, and many have signed up for group or individual mentorship, and as a result we have seen lives changed and lives touched, and we can acknowledge that actually mentorship works, and it works in a big way. Even our parliaments, cabinet secretaries, PS, and so many other in the judiciary are also taking charge of that.
Madam Chancellor, Dr. Viju Latanzi, Dr. Sarah Ruto, CAS Education representing the Cabinet Secretary Education, Professor George Magoha, Engineer Kariuki Muchemi, and all members of the University of Nairobi Council here present, Honorable Beatrice Adagara, MP for Vihiga County, Professor Patrick Lumumba, the Secretary General of the University of Nairobi, alumni, and also representing the chairman, the vice chancellors of the sister universities present, Alexander Mutechi, Director General Immigration Services, MS Chalon Dimanche, Chief of Mission, IOM, Mr. Frederick Dabuki, Secretary Administration representing PS University Education, India Kariuki Muchemi, I've said that, Cynthia Macharia, Program Advisor, GTZ. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this 66th graduation of University of Nairobi. Madam Chancellor, as we gather here today, we acknowledge the great work that has been done by the graduates, the faculty that taught them, the guardians, as well as all those who gave them scholarships to study at this great university, including the government of Kenya. We have come to celebrate the fruits of this great work and they usher these graduates to the world of work, having acquired the necessary knowledge, skills, and behavior that will give them a competitive advantage as they participate in nation building and serve the community with honor. Madam Chancellor, the class of 2021 comprises 10,672 students. 6,467 graduating today in 66th graduation ceremony, and 4,205 who graduated in the 65th graduation ceremony in September. I congratulate the entire class of 2021. Even as you exit the class of 2021, we expect you to stay connected to the university, your alma mater, your nurturing mother, and to continue to espouse the values of the university wherever you will be. Learning at the University of Nairobi is such a great experience. You learn with the best and also learn from the best scholars as you interact with the industry as well. It truly accords you the opportunity to self-discovery, getting challenged and getting the best out of yourself. I want to thank the Chancellor, Dr. Vijura Tansi, for being a strong pillar to the University of Nairobi. Without her unwavering support, the University of Nairobi would not be where it is today. She has ensured that we remain focused on our mission. I thank you, Madam Chancellor, for this and the entire Ratansi Education Trust for giving financial support to well over 250 needed students from the University of Nairobi. I also want to appreciate Professor Julia Ojiambo-led Council for spearheading transformative reforms that have put the university on a path to recovery, on a trajectory for sustainable, vibrant, and relevant university. The Council, Madam Chancellor, has served us with honor and given us distinguished and dedicated service. Madam Chancellor, speaking at the first graduation ceremony of the University of Nairobi in this great court on Thursday, 10th December 1970, at about 3 p.m., the founding president of the Republic of Kenya, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, stated as follows: to those who are graduating from this university, I would say this: never forget the opportunity that has been created by your fellow citizens. Practice the act of modesty and recognize your limitations. Exert your efforts to help your country and your people, and let your work bring honor to this university. I echo this message today. The University of Nairobi graduates who have graduated since then have not let the University of Nairobi down, and we congratulate them. Madam Chancellor, the university has continued to make great strides due to the support from its stakeholders, the support from the Alumni Association, the support from the students, the support from the teaching and non-teaching staff, the support from government and collaborators. This support has given us courage, hope, and strength to overcome the challenges that continue to confront us every day. Madam Chancellor, as we celebrate this occasion of the 60th graduation ceremony, it is important to reflect on the achievements that we have made since the time we embarked on the transformation journey. Allow me, Madam Chancellor, to touch on a few milestones that we have accomplished in the last 2 years. On finances, through financial discipline and prudent management of the finances, the university has managed to achieve the critical balance between the revenue and the expenditure. We have eliminated wastages and sealed loopholes for leakages, eliminated all cash transactions in the university, and transitioned to e-banking, and put all our transactions online for enhanced efficiency, effectiveness, and traceability of our transactions. I'm proud, Madam Chancellor, therefore, to report that because of these measures, among others, the university has, in this calendar year, achieved 100% compliance on remittance of statutory deductions, which would have appeared a mileage, including the remittances of SACCOs, NHIF, NSSF, KRA, pension funds, as well as creditors, whenever they fall due. This has been done in the context of what we term as the people reform. We want the university staff, and by extension the university blood, to be a trusted blood. We want to ensure that our employees receive their pension promptly as soon as they retire. We do not want our staff to be on Furisa or on CRB register. We do not want the University of Nairobi employees to be denied tax compliance certificate by KRA or any other body. We do not want to be cited among the list of ailing institutions. We have the capacity, Madam Chancellor. We shall surely rise. We must rise. We continue to request government to support us to clear the accumulated arrears as we continue to address the current demands. Madam Chancellor, we enhance our revenue collection. This year alone, we have attracted research grants worth 602 billion Kenya shillings to finance projects that are spread over a number of years in accordance with the various collaborative agreements. Fees collection has also gone up from the Kenya shilling about 1.5 billion to Kenya shillings about 2.3 billion for the half year. Madam Chancellor, in addition to these measures, we have eliminated wastages and made savings. We have terminated leases for external teaching spaces that used to consume annual rent of about Kenya shillings 30 million. These external spaces, by the beginning of last year, the university had accumulated a debt of about 57 million, which, Madam Chancellor, we have seen settled. We have frozen hiring of new employees except on critical areas to contain the wage bill. Further, we have also ceased rehiring, Madam Chancellor, of those who have retired from the university. Overall, we have progressively reduced our staff complement through natural attrition, and we expect this trend to continue until we have a number of staff that we can comfortably pay and that can carry out the university work efficiently. Madam Chancellor, on curricular delivery, the university reduced its academic programs from 575 to just 325 and reorganized these programs along 11 faculties where staff have been deployed to support those programs. This, Madam Chancellor, will bring synergy in curricular delivery, optimize staff management and workload rationalization. We have also suspended most of diploma programs and only retained 12 flagship programs where we have competitive advantage. Furthermore, we have reviewed the curricula of 104 programs in the last 1 year in order to address the changing needs and demands for the training. Madam Chancellor, in order to comply with the law, eliminate redundancies, enhance efficiency and effectiveness in carrying out university business, we have rationalized the number of administrative units and optimized our human resources and finances, resulting in general reduced expenditure. Deans of faculties are now more empowered with the human and financial resources to make critical decisions within the shortest turnaround time. Madam Chancellor, your visitation report indicated that data deficiency at this university is impeding the performance of the University of Nairobi. Consequently, we have initiated a number of targeted initiatives to deal with the issue of data, what we are terming as data reforms. We recently completed cleaning of the student progression records. We have cleaned student data and records. We can now plan and budget accurately for our about 50,000 students instead of the initial number of about 84,000 students that was not verified. The 50,000 students, Madam Chancellor, comprise both government-sponsored and self-sponsored students that are enrolled at this university for undergraduate and postgraduate programs. The University of Nairobi, Madam Chancellor, is increasingly becoming a university of choice for postgraduate studies, and we want to continue to focus our energy in creating a niche in postgraduate training. Madam Chancellor, in order to strengthen data management and to institutionalize the use of data in making decisions, we have refurbished our education data center. Earlier this week, I commissioned the refurbished University Education Data Center at ICT. The Education Data Center will act as the nerve center in which all business processes will be anchored, including teaching, learning, procurement, human resource management, maintenance of facilities, as well as financial management. Madam Chancellor, on people reforms, we have continued to engage staff and students to find effective ways of addressing their issues and grievances in a caring and compassionate manner. Through consultations with the staff unions, we were able earlier this year to finalize the implementation of the CBA 2017-2021 by placing all staff in their correct notches. Furthermore, Madam Chancellor, 177 students who had been previously expelled from the University of Nairobi have been pardoned. I'm glad to note that 11 of those who have been pardoned have since completed their studies and graduated and gone to serve the country and help their families. The university has also created an environment for nurturing urban talents, a platform for student talents to flourish. This calendar year, Madam Chancellor, we have held 2 talent days in March earlier this year and December, at the beginning of December. The University of Nairobi Traveling Theatre has been resuscitated and is staging shows to entertain the Nairobi community. Globally, one of our students, Ferdinand Omanyala, broke the 100-meter national record. He became the fastest man in Africa and the 8th fastest man in the planet during the World Athletics Meet in Kasarani in 2021. I want to thank the National Police Service for coming on board to give Ferdinand Omanyala appropriate support to excel in his athletic career. Madam Chancellor, the university has created a culture and ecosystem for innovation and entrepreneurship. This year alone, the university registered 7 patents. I salute all those who have been involved in developing these talents. The university has cumulatively registered 89 patents since it was established. And I believe that we can do better in the coming years. Innovation and enterprise is the next frontier of growth for the University of Nairobi. Madam Chancellor, being a successful public performer comes with a tremendous social responsibility. The University of Nairobi brand will continue to focus on the welfare of our society in the process of discharging its mandate. In this respect, I want to appreciate the important role played by the Center for Epidemiological Modeling and Analysis, CEMA, for the way they have continued to support the government on the management of the COVID-19. The University of Nairobi has also hosted several important meetings, like the Global Climate Action or the State of Acceleration of Adaptation that was inaugurated by President Uhuru Kenyatta, the National Mila Conference by the Governor of Meru and the Human Rights Day with the theme All Human, All Equal, among others. University of Nairobi will continue to be the venue of choice for exchanging ideas to make the globe a better place for the current and future generations. Madam Chancellor, universities are about collaborations. Through collaborations and networks, the university has been able to attract resources for advancing its research agenda and for development of infrastructure. I want to particularly single out the financing of science and engineering complex. This project, Madam Chancellor, is expected to transform the teaching and learning of science, technology, and engineering and mathematics STEM in this country. This project is expected to cost about 4.6 billion Kenya shillings. I want to thank the National Treasury for signing the financing agreement with our partners. We value and appreciate our partners. Once again, my hearty congratulations to the graduates and their families. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
The 6th edition of Nairobi Innovation Week, organized by University of Nairobi, is happening from 26th to 28th April 2022 at the main campus, Great Court. This year, Nairobi Innovation Week is themed Innovation for Transformation and Impact in the Society. Join us as we catalyze a movement of innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem in higher education sector in Kenya and beyond. This year event will be a fusion of innovation shapers in industry, academia, policymakers, funders, students and the general public. Safaricom and University of Nairobi partners to drive socio-economic transformation and shared prosperity through innovation. This event is open to all and attendance is free.
I would tell the University of Nairobi students that their lives matter, their rights matter, their future matter. And therefore, it is very, very important that they do really take time at the University of Nairobi to be able to achieve what they have come here for. It's just a matter of 4 years when you're at the University of Nairobi. Please, can you make sure that in this journey, this academic journey, you really do not involve yourselves in situations that can endanger your life. Please, it is important that you focus on your academics, have proper group discussions, join good groups, and be able to move through this academic journey in peace and be a successful Kenyan.
We have a chaplaincy that is so vibrant, and our three chaplains, the Catholic, the Protestants, the Muslims, they are actually sitting down with the students from various denominations and religions to make sure that the issue of spiritual, which also is a strategy that helps the people, the students to wide up what is actually affecting in their mental status. And as a result, we have seen a lot of changes, a lot of health improved and all that.
Akina mama, oye, oye, akina mama, oye, oye, vijana, oye, oye, akina mama, oye, oye, akina baba, oye, oye, vijana, oye, oye, oye. Nowenza mboni, usangani wengine. Nowenza mboni mwa Yesu, nowenza mboni, usangani wengine. Nowenza mikono, misumari jengine. Nowenza mikono ja Yesu, nowenza mikono, misumari jengine. Nowenza virenge vya Yesu, nowenza virenge, misumari jengine. Nowenza virenge vya Yesu, nowenza virenge, misumari jengine. Lo Yesu yananga, siari siambira. Yananga mundolo, lo Yesu yananga, siari siambira. Hallelujah.
ni pamoja na msalaba kugenda. Haleluya, haleluya. Abamonyi ni pamoja na msalaba kugenda. Haleluya, haleluya, haleluya. Ni pamoja na msalaba kugenda. Haleluya, haleluya. Haleluya, haleluya, haleluya. Abamonyi ni pamoja. Haleluya. Haleluya. Abamonyi ni pamoja. Haleluya. Haleluya.
The 6th edition of Nairobi Innovation Week, organized by University of Nairobi, is happening from 26th to 28th April 2022 at the main campus, Great Court. This year, Nairobi Innovation Week is themed Innovation for Transformation and Impact in the Society. Join us as we catalyze a movement of innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem in higher education sector in Kenya and beyond. This year event will be a fusion of innovation shapers in industry, academia, policymakers, funders, students and the general public. Safaricom and University of Nairobi partners to drive socio-economic transformation and shared prosperity through innovation. This event is open to all and attendance is free.
I would tell the University of Nairobi students that their lives matter, their rights matter, their future matter. And therefore, it is very, very important that they do really take time at the University of Nairobi to be able to achieve what they have come here for. It's just a matter of 4 years when you're at the University of Nairobi. Please, can you make sure that in this journey, this academic journey, you really do not involve yourselves in situations that can endanger your life. Please, it is important that you focus on your academics, have proper group discussions, join good groups, and be able to move through this academic journey in peace and be a successful Kenyan. We have a chaplaincy that is so vibrant, and our three chaplains, the Catholic, the Protestants, the Muslims, they are actually sitting down with the students from various denominations and religions to make sure that the issue of spiritual, which also is a strategy that helps the people, the students to wide up what is actually affecting in their mental status. And as a result, we have seen a lot of changes, a lot of health improved and all that.
Akina mama, oye, oye, akina mama, oye, oye, vijana, oye, oye, akina mama, oye, oye, akina baba, oye, oye, vijana, oye, oye, oye. Nowenza moni, nowenza moni, usangani wengine. Nowenza moni mwa Yesu, nowenza moni, nowenza moni, usangani wengine. Nowenza mikono ja Yesu, nowenza mikono, nowenza mikono, misumari jengine. Nowenza mikono ja Yesu, nowenza mikono, nowenza mikono, misumari jengine. Nowenza virenge vya Yesu, nowenza virenge, nowenza virenge, misumari jengine. Nowenza virenge vya Yesu, nowenza virenge, nowenza virenge, misumari jengine. Lo Yesu yananga, lo Yesu yananga, lo Yesu yananga, siari siambira. Yananga mundolo, yananga mundolo, lo Yesu yananga, siari siambira. Aba monyini vamonya no musalaba gogenda. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Aba mwenye ni vamonya no musalaba gogenda. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Aba mwenye ni vamonya no musalaba gogenda. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Iba monya no gogenda. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Aba mwenye ni vamonya. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Aba mwenye ni vamonya. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
So dear students, this middle area, please move to the back. This is for the University Senate. And kindly make sure there's a seat between you and the next person.
Kenya ni nchi yangu, oh Kenya ni nchi yangu, Kenya ni nchi yangu, milele na milele. Naipenda Kenya kwa moyo wangu wote, nitaishi Kenya maisha yangu yote. Naipenda Kenya kwa moyo wangu wote, nitaishi Kenya maisha yangu yote. Mimi ni mwana Kenya, mimi ni mzalendo, naona fahari kuishi kwetu Kenya. Mimi ni mwana Kenya, nina furaha kuona maendeleo ya nchi yangu Kenya, kuona maendeleo ya nchi yangu Kenya. Amani, umoja, ndugu ulio hapa Kenya. Nitaijenga, nitaitukuza, weka tayari kuilinda. Ni wajibu wa kila mwananchi kuitafuta amani kila siku. Hivyo ndivyo maendeleo yetu yatapanda vizazi na vizazi. Ni wajibu wa kila mwananchi kuitafuta amani kila siku. Hivyo ndivyo maendeleo yetu yatapanda vizazi na vizazi. Ni muhimu tulinde juhudi zetu pamoja, zionyeshe uzalendo wetu. Mimi ni mwana Kenya, mimi ni mzalendo, naona fahari kuishi kwetu Kenya. Mimi ni mwana Kenya, nina furaha kuona maendeleo ya nchi yangu Kenya, kuona maendeleo ya nchi yangu Kenya, kuona maendeleo ya nchi yangu Kenya, kuona maendeleo ya nchi yangu Kenya.
Dear students, as you settle down, please ensure that you're leaving a space between you and the next person. And student leaders who are supporting their students, please ensure that those rules are observed. Ushers, please identify spaces that are still available down here. And if the place is full, the students can be directed to the upper level. There are still spaces within the hall here where we can observe the seat between two people. And as we wait for the event to start, our university choir is entertaining us.
Malaika, nakupenda malaika. Malaika, nakupenda malaika. Malaika, nakupenda malaika. Nami nifanyeje? Kijana mwenzio.
I would tell the University of Nairobi students that their lives matter, their rights matter, their future matter. And therefore it is very, very important that they do really take time at the University of Nairobi to be able to achieve what they have come here for. it's just a matter of 4 years when you are at the University of Nairobi. Please, can you make sure that in this journey, this academic journey, you really do not involve yourselves in situations that can endanger your life. Please, it is important that you focus on your academics, have proper group discussions, join good groups, and be able to move through this academic journey in peace and be a successful Kenyan.
I don't think if the strikes should be violent, because it will be of no help, because eventually they will be bringing more expenses to their parents, because their parents will be forced to come and cater for the damages that the students have done. So I'll prefer peaceful demonstrations rather than destroying the school property and blocking the university way or doing other funny things.
The first step in dealing with a problem is to talk about it. And that is where we call counseling the talking cure. So that when you talk about your problem with somebody who listens without judging you, without condemning you for your past, then you are able to focus on dealing with the issue. And when we do that as a team of the professionals that we have at the University of Nairobi, I'm sure we can be able to help these students irrespective of the situation they find themselves in, and they can be able still to actualize their goals.
Challenge that I've experienced is accommodation, because it's very difficult to access the accommodation provided by the school. So it becomes a main challenge because you have to look for other means so that you can rent outside the school and you become comfortable there. Yes, arbitration and dialogue work, because I believe everyone has feelings and everyone can listen to one another. But as long as there is that enabling environment, that it's not hostile, that I can come and approach the administration and they listen to me. But once I feel like the administration is very hostile, I will not even think of coming to approach them. But I believe if the administration can create an enabling environment, the dialogue can be very good and we will not see the chaos again. Students can reach the administration by writing official letters to them or approaching them physically, and they can talk to them and the administration will eventually listen to them. Students can use these popular applications, these mobile applications like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even TikTok, and they can really portray how they feel, and their message will be at home. They can just come as a group, talk to the administration, and the administration will listen to them, or they can even use the Twitter, they can use the hashtags on Twitter and they'll be trending #1, and the school will eventually listen to them.
Students think that they can make quick money. I can remember a disciplinary process where a student told us he was looking for money. So he got himself hooked with the drug cartel, and because he thought there's a lot of money in it. So that's the major thing. I think the other one is the peer pressure, where people think it's cool to smoke, to have drugs in class. Oh, I can remember one was even telling me that he or she was told that once you take one, the answers will just be flowing in your head. We have gone through experiences where they are, and we've passed through all that. So it is very important that they need to listen to the management. In as much as there are several challenges, like we in the hostels, we have a lot of challenges because of our old facilities and the rest. But there is always a way we can sit down and talk. Let's come reason together and things will work well. So let you not involve yourself in certain activities that can easily, jeopardize your academic work and your security. I do see students doing funny things which makes them, sometimes get themselves involved in certain insecurity situations. A student crossing Central Park at 9 o'clock in the evening, that's very dangerous for them, just because they believe they have the rights. But there is need for consultation, there is need for, sharing your problem with the management so that you can be guided in your academic journey.
The 6th edition of Nairobi Innovation Week, organized by University of Nairobi, is happening from 26th to 28th April 2022 at the main campus, Great Court. This year, Nairobi Innovation Week is themed Innovation for Transformation and Impact in the Society. Join us as we catalyze a movement of innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem in higher education sector in Kenya and beyond. This year event will be a fusion of innovation shapers in industry, academia, policymakers, funders, students and the general public. Safaricom and University of Nairobi partners to drive socio-economic transformation and shared prosperity through innovation. This event is open to all and attendance is free.
I would tell the University of Nairobi students that their lives matter, their rights matter, their future matter. And therefore, it is very, very important that they do really take time at the University of Nairobi to be able to achieve what they have come here for. It's just a matter of 4 years when you are at the University of Nairobi. Please, can you make sure that in this journey, this academic journey, you really do not involve yourselves in situations that can endanger your life. Please, it is important that you focus on your academics, have proper group discussions, join good groups, and be able to move through this academic journey in peace and be a successful Kenyan.
We have a chaplaincy that is so vibrant, and our three chaplains, the Catholic, the Protestants, the Muslims, they are actually sitting down with the students from various denominations and religions to make sure that the issue of spiritual, which also is a strategy that helps the people, the students to to wind up what is actually affecting in their mental status. And as a result, we have seen a lot of changes, a lot of health improved and all that.
Akina mama, oye, oye, akina mama, oye, oye, vijana, oye, oye, akina mama, oye, oye, akina mama, oye, oye, vijana, oye, oye, oye. nowenza moni, usangani wengine. Nowenza moni mwa Yesu, nowenza moni, usangani wengine. Nowenza mikono ja Yesu, nowenza mikono, misumari jengine. Nowenza mikono ja Yesu, nowenza mikono, misumari jengine. Nowenza virenge vya Yesu, nowenza virenge, misumari jengine. Nowenza virenge vya Yesu, nowenza virenge, misumari jengine. Lo Yesu yananga, lo Yesu yananga, lo Yesu yananga, siari siambira. Yananga mundolo, yananga mundolo, lo Yesu yananga, siari siambira. Abamonyi bamonya no musalaba gogenda. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Abamonye ni bamonya no musalaba gogenda. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Abamonye ni bamonya no musalaba gogenda. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Ibamonya no gogenda. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah.